once again, dear viewers, you're watching ERi-TV. Welcome to our news broadcast. First, the major headlines. Nationwide cervical cancer vaccination program. Extensive popular campaign in Hamel Malu subzone. North Korea fires suspected intercontinental ballistic missile. Japan's economy shrinks for the first time in a year. In our domestic news, cervical cancer vaccination program will be carried out from 21 to 25 November nationwide, the Ministry of Health announced. According to Mr. Tedros Adhanom, head of the National Expanded Immunization Program at the Ministry of Health, the cervical cancer vaccination program will be carried out at 1,382 schools, 301 health stations, 250 temporary stations, as well as 60 mobile clinics to girls from 9 to 15 years of age, indicating that preparations have been finalized for the successful implementation of the vaccination program. Mr. Tedros said that awareness-raising campaigns have been conducted in all languages since last September by establishing task forces in 67 subzones. Mr. Tedros went on to say that the vaccination program will be carried out in two phases. The first will be from Monday, 21 November, till Friday, 25 November. The second phase will be conducted after 6 months on May 2023. For better results, Mr. Tedros called on vaccinating girls to make sure that they are vaccinated on both phases. Mr. Tedros further called on the society, government, and concerned institutions to play due part in the successful implementation of the vaccination program. Extensive water and soil conservation as well as road renovation activities are being conducted in Hamel Malu subzone, Ansabar region. The extensive popular campaign is being conducted in 8 administrative areas of the subzone, extending from Tsabbab area in current subzone to Gizgiza administrative area in Hamel Malu subzone, and public participation is commendable, the report added. Speaking to Arena, Mr. Jabir Ibrahim, head of economic development in Hamel Malu subzone, said that so far 110-kilometer-long feeder roads have been renovated, about 15,400 cubic meters of water diversion schemes, and 1,140 meters of terraces constructed, and over 32,000 tree seedlings have been planted successfully. Pointing out that 90% of the work is completed by the campaign, involving the participation of over 1,700 people daily. Mr. Jabir said that the campaign is positively impacting the socio-economic activities of the area. Participants on their part noted that the popular campaign is still ongoing and is playing a significant role in the lives of many, and further expressed readiness to enhance contribution. The National Union of Eritrean Women branch in the southern Red Sea region organized 3 months training to 40 women on raffia crafts. At the graduation ceremony conducted on 15 and 16 November in Arata and Central Dinkalia subzones, Ms. Saadia Ibrahim, head of the regional branch, underscored that the National Union of Eritrean Women has been organizing vocational trainings with a view to empower women, and further called on the trainees to practically upgrade their skills and improve their lives. Mr. Habta Abgabrab, administrator of the Arata subzone, and Mr. Adim Abdullah, managing director of Central Dinkalia, on their parts, expressed the readiness of the administrations of the subzones to extend support to the trainees in future endeavors. The trainees, on their part, stated that the training had vocational as well as financial benefits, and expressed readiness to translate the skills they have acquired into practice. Those are domestic news. Please stay tuned for the international right after a short break. North Korea fired a suspected intercontinental ballistic missile ICBM today that landed just 200 kilometers off Japan and had sufficient range to reach the mainland of the United States, Japanese officials said. The launch, reported by both South Korean and Japanese officials, comes a day after a smaller missile launched by the North and its warning of fiercer military responses to the U.S. boosting its regional security presence. This has become a record-breaking year for the nuclear-armed country's missile program after it resumed testing ICBMs for the first time since 2017 and broke its self-imposed moratorium on long-range launch as denuclearization talks stalled. Japanese Defense Minister Yoshikazu Hamada told reporters that the latest missile was capable of flying as far as 15,000 kilometers. Chief Cabinet Secretary Hirokazu Matsuno said that it flew to an altitude of about 6,000 kilometers with a range of 1,000 kilometers before landing in the sea, roughly 200 kilometers west of Oshima Island in Hokkaido. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said there had been no reports of damage, but the North's repeated missile launches could not be tolerated. Japan's economy unexpectedly shrank for the first time in a year in the third quarter, stoking further uncertainty about the outlook as global recession risks, a weak yen, and higher import costs took a toll on household consumption and businesses. The world's third biggest economy has struggled to motor on despite the recent lifting of COVID curbs and had faced intensifying pressure from red-hot global inflation, sweeping interest rate increases worldwide, and the war in Ukraine. Gross domestic product fell 1.2% from July to September, official data showed, compared with economists' median estimate for a 1.1% expansion and a revised 4.6% rise in the second quarter. On top of being squeezed by a global slowdown and soaring inflation, Japan has been dealing with the challenge of the yen's slide to 32-year lows against the dollar, which has magnified cost of living strains by further lifting the price of everything, from fuel to food items. Please stay tuned now for a recap of tonight's headlines. Nationwide cervical cancer vaccination program. Extensive popular campaign in Hamad Malus North Korea fires suspected intercontinental ballistic missile. Japan's economy shrinks for the first time in a year. And that is our news. It is connected.